In this ice cream candy apple tutorial, I'm whipping up red, white, and blue candy apples perfect for Memorial Day and the 4th of July. Pop them fireworks and set it off. By using the best candy apple recipes in town that's hard for your competitors to even compete against. Here on Candy Apple TV, this is the go-to destination for the best candy apple recipes for making the perfect 12 to 24 plus candy apples without getting thick. Whether you're aiming for a dozen or more candy apples for the first time, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons to stay updated to make sure your sweet candy apples is a success. If you are returning, welcome back to Candy Apple TV. Let's whip up some sweet magic using the best candy apple recipe for 12 perfect candy apples. In order to get the perfect candy apples, you need to be using Candy Apple Recipe 641. That's 6 cups of sugar, 4 cups of water, and 1 cup of cornstarch. I have Walmart sugar cones here. I am going to dip these cones in white chocolate. And if you need to learn how to melt white chocolate, I have a video here at the top of your screen. This is Walmart's brand sugar sprinkles, but I also have Michael's red and white sugar pearls to add in once my sugar pearls get low. Get low, get low. How low can you go? Down to the floor. Tap the extra chocolate by tapping your wrist, or you can just shake the chocolate off. Now dip your cone into the red, white, and blue sprinkles. I am going to make 12 white candy apples to match the red, white, and blue, and then I am going to top the candy apples with the ice cream. I'm going to try to make the fondant look like it's melting, but the fondant colors are red, white, and blue for the candy apples. I'm getting low on my sprinkles, so I add the Michael's red and white. And for the blue, I'll just add Walmart's brand. The worst thing you can do as a beginner making candy apples is not having a candy thermometer. Make sure you have a candy thermometer and let your candy apple mixture reach 300 degrees. I am adding Wilton's white icing color for my white candy apples. You stir it. And 6 for 1 candy apple recipe can take anywhere from an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. You dip all of your white candy apples in this candy apple mixture. It will cover 12 to 24 candy apples. This is using 1 candy apple pot without having to reheat your candy apple mixture. You dip your candy apples and you get going. You can make this however you want to. I'm going to cut off this straw and stick with some pliers. No, these are my wire cutters. Okay, and stick it down in the cone. And to secure this on the cone, you'll see what I do. But if you want more security, either you can slide the sticks down if you do not use paper straws, or just break off a tiny piece of the cone and just place the candy apple in there and get some foam board and stick it down. That way nothing is going to move. But I don't want mine like that because I am doing this for show. I take some fondant and use my ice cream silicone mold to shape up the ice cream. Then I take it out and apply it to the candy apples. Now my fondant has that ice cream effect for my candy apples. You may want to use Talos powder or Gum-Tex powder if your fondant becomes sticky. And you can blend it in with your fondant before applying it to the ice cream silicone mold. I am using extra fondant for this ice cream silicone mold because I want the ice cream to look like it's melting. So in order to get that, I use extra fondant for the edges that's coming over the silicone mold to try to give it that look. You may want to dip your candy apples right side up so you can place the fondant over the rounder side of the apple. I use a fondant tool stick to just mess with the edges. Next, I will show you how to secure your candy apple on top of the cone. I will give the fondant that melting look. So you just roll your fondant. You're gonna pluck. Let's see, let me show you. You're just gonna keep plucking until you're done with the whole fondant piece. All you do is just pluck. So I am going to use edible glue. I apply the edible glue on the back of the fondant piece like that. Okay, I'm gonna come around. And this secures the candy apple on the cone. If you have enjoyed this Memorial Day candy apple tutorial, make sure you stay tuned to watch my next candy apple tutorials coming up right here on Candy Apple TV. I'll see you in a few seconds over in my next video.